This is a message to Google, okay? Google, what the fuck? You betrayed me today, Google. You betrayed me, and I don't understand what you were thinking, okay? When you show a route, and you have that little leaf beside it indicating that this is the eco-friendly route and that this is the one that's better for your gas tank, maybe next time, like, don't be such a liar, because that's what you are, Google. You're a liar, and I'm calling you out. Google, I took 2 separate roads today. I took one that you recommended, that you had the little eco leaf sign next to, and then I took a different one that locals told me to take to come back. Now, that's what my beef is about, that little sign. When I see that little leaf sign beside your suggested route, Google, that's supposed to mean that it's eco-friendly. Like, Google, that's what you say. That means it's eco-friendly. Now, this is where I'm confused, Google, because what is your definition of eco-friendly? Because I don't think that we share the same definition here. So Google, my definition of eco-friendly is the road I took coming back. All right? It was flat. It was minimal stop and go. There wasn't much traffic. Even though we had all just left a festival, there was barely any traffic because I'm sure everyone was taking the route that you suggested to them, Google. The one with the little leaf. And I guarantee you, the fire department's gonna have their hands full tonight because of you, Google. Google, I took that little leaf sign route on the way there, the eco-friendly route, the one that you say is the preferred route. Google, there was no road, Google. Google, it dropped off the cliff, Google. It had literally landslided off of the cliff. There was no road, Google. There was no road. It was all on the mountain. And Google, when you give me an eco-friendly route, I don't think it's going to be vertical. But Google, I was vertical. I was vertical, Google. I was in the air like I was on a roller coaster. And Google, I grew up on West Virginia roads. I grew up on Maryland roads and Virginia roads and Pennsylvania roads and city roads, which are difficult but in a different context here. Now, I drove mountain roads growing up. And not once have I ever been on a road like this. You had me going straight up. And for context, the only other vehicles on this road were lifted pickup trucks. And I'm there in my Toyota RAV4. It is an all-wheel drive XLE. And not once in my life have I ever suffered problems with this vehicle. And yet, my pedal was to the floor, Google, and I was trying to ascend. Google, you betrayed me today. Google, I thought I was listening to you, Google. I was listening to you. You told me that this would be the eco-friendly route. You had the little leaf next to it. That was on you, you liar. Because I took it. That leaf should be revoked. It should be revoked, Google. This road was not deserving of a leaf. It was off the mountain. And the curves were so tight. I've never driven a road with curves this tight. And you knew it was bad curves because on this road, they didn't give you a normal warning about the curves because it's on a mountain. It would be a U-turn and there would be no warning. It would just be sudden. You're going downhill like this. And I was going downhill like this. And then it was suddenly a U-turn and there was no warning. There was no warning for any of it. Although there was, I will grant, there was one little sign that said, rough road ahead. And then there was no road ahead, Google, because it was all off the mountain. And yet this is the one that you're suggesting to me, Google? This is the road? I don't understand. I don't understand. So, why would you choose this road that is missing fragments, that's full of holes, not just potholes. Mind you, a pothole, in my definition, is about the size of a pot. A pothole would maybe be this at its deepest, a pot. A pot-sized hole. Google, these were not pot-sized holes. Why would you recommend me this route? I don't understand. And you put the little, there should not have been a little leaf. Google, you betrayed me. You betrayed me. You had me driving this by myself as it was getting dark. I've never been on this road before, and yet you still tried to get me to go back on it. When I was leaving the festival, and I was following the route that all the locals had told me to take, you were beeping at me, Google. You were like, beep, beep. Wrong way. I was going the right way because I wasn't listening to you anymore. Google, maybe consult the locals before you put the little eco-friendly leaf sign next to a route, and maybe also drive the route yourself before you deem it deserving of the little leaf sign, because this does not deserve the little leaf sign.